Hi everyone! This is a game between the only and former American World Chess Champion Bobby Fischer and the first Romanian chess grandmaster Florin Gheorghiu. Forgive me if I mispronounce Florin's last name. Here we go. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight F6. This is the Russian defense, or the Petrov defense, named after the Russian chess master Alexander Petrov. Knight takes e5, d6, Knight f3, Knight takes e4, d4, Bishop e7. D5 is the most popular line these days, the top level. Bishop e7, Bishop d3. Florin played Knight f6, Bobby played h3, a prophylactic move to stop black from playing Bishop g4 to pin the white knight. Castle, castle, Rook e8, c4, controlling more squares. Knight c6, Knight c3, h6. Here, Florin should have played d5 to prevent white from playing d5. Florin played h6, Rook e1, Bishop f8, Rook takes e8, Queen takes e8, Bishop f4, Bishop d7, Queen d2, Queen c8. Okay. So this is the critical position. Bobby played d5 to gain space in the center. The more space you have, the more freedom for your pieces to move around and the less space for your opponent's pieces to maneuver. Knight b4. Knight e4. Aiming to take the knight on f6. Here Florin played Knight xe4, but he could have played Knight h5, desiring to take the bishop on f4. Bishop h2, Knight takes d3, Queen takes d3, and Queen d8. And black's idea is to move its knight back on f6, and if, for example, white moves its knight back to c3, its queen can also go to f6. Okay. After Knight e4, Knight takes e4, Bishop takes e4, Knight a6, maneuvering its knight to c5, Knight d4. Here, this is an excellent move because, and it is a prophylactic move. It prevents black from playing Bishop f5 to exchange the pieces, because black has less space. If you have less space, you want to exchange pieces, you can get more space, clear more space for other pieces. So Knight d4, Knight c5, threatening to take the bishop, Bishop c2, a5, to disallow white from playing b4 to kick the knight out of c5. Rook e1, Queen d8, Rook e3. A rook lift to transfer the rook to g3 to exert more pressure against black's king. b6, Rook g3, aiming to capture the h6 pawn, King h8, getting out of the pin. Knight f3, Queen e7. If black plays Queen f6, now white can play Bishop e3 with the idea of playing Bishop d4. Takes to make more dangerous threats against black's king. So after Knight f3, Queen e7, Queen d4, threatening to take the pawn on h6. And here, Florin was forced to play Queen f6. And after Queen takes f6, G takes f6, Knight d4, planning to exchange the light squared bishops with Bishop to f5. So after the exchange, white can relocate its knight to f5, where it will add pressure against black's kingside pawns. particularly the h6 pawn. So knight d4, rook e8, rook e3. Fischer didn't want to allow black to play knight e4 to provoke exchanges, so he decided to exchange the rooks. But Florin didn't want to exchange the rook. Played b3, b5, c takes b5, bishop takes b5, knight f5. Now the knight is very well placed on f5. Let's see, if black, for example, wants to defend the h6 pawn with king h7, then still knight takes h6. There's an discovered check against the black king. So here, after knight f5, Florin played bishop d7, Fischer took the pawn on h6, rook b4, aiming to take the bishop on f4, rook g3. Now if black takes the bishop on f4, then rook g8 checkmate. So now black is forced to take the knight on h6, bishop takes h6, bishop takes h6, knight e4, bishop g7 check, king h7. If black plays king g8, then bishop takes knight, rook takes bishop, bishop takes f6, king f6, then rook c3, with the idea of attacking the backward c7 pawn. And white has 2 pawns advantage plus better pawn structure. So in the game, Florin played king h7, and what do you do with the pin piece? You attack it. So after f3, Florin resigned. So what are the takeaways for this game? The more space you have, the more freedom for your pieces to move around, and the less space for your opponent's pieces to maneuver. When you have more space, prevent your opponent from exchanging pieces, like when Fischer played knight d4 to disallow black from playing bishop f5. Look for possible rook lifts, where you can lift your rook from the first rank to another rank to control a different file. In this game, the rook went from e1 to g3 to exert pressure against your opponent's king. Do not forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and please share it to your friends. And you can also review this annotated game on the lichess.org link that I posted below. Thank you for watching, and please come back again for the next show.